Hello, everybody. Welcome to the final day of developer sessions at EGX 2018. Thank you very much for coming, and hi to everybody watching the stream online. Coming up later today at 2, Media Molecule are going to be presenting Dreams. At 3, I'm going to be back with some of my friends from Eurogamer with a light-hearted bit of debate about Fortnite versus PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds and the future of Battle Royale. But coming up right now, please welcome Arthur Parsons from TT Games to talk about LEGO DC Supervillains.
Just afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone, and everyone at home, because obviously there's loads of people tuning in on the stream. I'm going to sit down, if that's all right. For those that don't know who I am, I'm Arthur Parsons, as Ollie said. I work at TT Games. Anyone played LEGO game out there? Okay, that's all right. You're all in the right place, which is good, and I'm in the right place. So, LEGO DC Supervillains, before I show you some of the game, I want to give you just a couple of minutes overview. Who's played the Batman series, LEGO Batman 1, 2, or 3? So some of you. I can't see people's hands up who are watching the live stream, but I'm assuming some hands have gone up. So, we've had a great time making LEGO video games over the years, since 2005 when we did the first LEGO Star Wars. But the DC series has been something that's really, really close to our hearts. We made LEGO Batman 1, which was just a lot of fun. It was the first LEGO video game we did following from the success of LEGO Star Wars. And we really enjoyed sort of touching into Batman, because people like Batman, people like the Justice League and everything it comes with. LEGO Batman 2, for those that don't know, it was the very, very first time we actually had characters talk in a LEGO game, which was new and exciting. A very small anecdote, at the time when we tried that out, I didn't want the characters to talk. I didn't think it would work. I was proven wrong, which happens a lot, just so you know. Anyway, so we did LEGO Batman 2. We then did LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. So if anyone played that, that was 2014, where we explored the Justice League. And last year, I had a phone call with a very good friend of mine who works at DC, saying, let's do another DC LEGO game. And we didn't want to do LEGO Batman 4. A lot of people were like, oh, let's do LEGO Batman 4. And we didn't want to do that, because we felt we felt a little bit Batmaned out, I'll be honest with you. So we thought, let's do something new and exciting. And I've always wanted to do a game about villains, because if any of you have played any of our games, you'll know that the best time in a LEGO game is when you're playing Darth Vader or Lord Voldemort or, you know, Thanos, any of the bad guys. That's where games come into their own. So we wanted to do a game that focused on villains, which is obviously what we've managed to do. And the other thing we wanted to do, you may all know, the LEGO games are meant to be funny. And I say meant to be because I'm sure some of the jokes are, I'll laugh, but some people may not. Anyway, we try and pride ourselves on making sure that the games are super funny, super entertaining, and you can play them no matter what the age, whether you're 3, whether you're 103, it doesn't matter, and the humor should work. So we wrote 2 things on a bit of paper about 18 months ago, and they were villains and funniest LEGO game ever. And so all the way through development, we've harked back to this. So LEGO DC Supervillains is a game that allows you to be the villains, and you're going to come up against other villains. And here's the short synopsis of the story, so bear with me. You play the villains. The Justice League, who are the good guys normally, have strangely vanished to be replaced by the Crime Syndicate from Earth 3, the Justice Syndicate, who look just like the Justice League, but they're really evil. So you're playing the villains. You're actually up against worse villains who are pretending to be good guys. No one believes you that they're bad guys, and then, as you can understand, the story rolls from there. So it's quite exciting, it's quite interesting, and the payoff at the end is amazing. One thing you'll notice, and I'll show you later on in this, is that we allow you for the first time ever to create your own character right up front center in the game. So the first thing you actually do, and if you've played the game over on the PlayStation stand, you'll see you create your own villain, and that character actually goes into your story. And as you go through the game, you upgrade that character. Right at the end, you have some really, really important decisions to make. But that character is the focus of the story, and it's really exciting. We've never done that before. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I will talk through what I'm playing so you can actually, it makes sense as to what I'm showing you. And I'm just going to pop my phone out of my pocket so I don't squash it. So I'm going to drop into a level that's, a couple of hours into the game. And I just want to give you a little behind the scenes of one of the levels. This is, bizarrely, this is where the villains are actually breaking in and breaking out of Arkham. So I'll show you this, and then because I foolishly on Twitter last night asked what people wanted to see, I got a resounding reply of the open world. So I'll show you some open world gameplay in a bit as well.
Was that Ultraman flying overhead? There's some serious criminal activity going on inside. If Ultraman and the rest of these stand-in heroes are here, then we need to see what happens. Let's see if we can get in. This gala might not be so boring after all.
That's a VIP-only area, Lois. We don't have tickets.
I doubt that matters right now, Jimmy.
That takes care of the easy part. Now where do we go?
No idea, mon frozen Capitan, but I'm sure our criminal buddies will help us break out of this dump. Let's go ask them, shall we?
So in this section of the game, what we're actually doing is we're breaking into Arkham to break other villains out, because we want to recruit the strongest team of villains that we possibly can in order to progress through the game. So I'll show you a little bit of gameplay here. Obviously, I've got Captain Cold, and I've got the Joker. You'll notice the familiarity of the voice. The Joker is played by Mark Hamill, which is great, because it gives us a really, really strong and really, really serious villainous character to play off with our writing. So I've got the Joker. What are we going to do? Okay, so I need to go over here. I need to remember what I've got to do. The purpose of being here is to actually, like I say, allow me to find couple of other villains and break out. So we've got some of the usual sort of gameplay that you'll find in a Lego game, but we've tried to up the ante. Every character's powers and abilities play to their strengths. So, Captain Cold is super cool. Every character also has special combos. So if I can do a grab move here, I can grab a goon, I can wrap them up as a snowball. I can then turn them into, that isn't Olaf, that's just a snowman, and I can finish them off. Joker's no different. I can grab one of the the prison officers, and I can use her as a human shield with my banana gun. And again, if I want to, I can finish them off with a cool finishing move. Every character has cool moves and animations and are brought to life to make sure that they are super cool and exactly as you'd imagine them. One of Joker's abilities is this kind of graffiti mode, so I can explode and get behind walls. If I remember what to do again, here we go. So I break this. I tell you what, it's so hard talking and playing video games. I don't know how these people online do it. There we go. So I should be breaking open a cell here, and I will get a character coming out who's in high security stockade, but not a member of the A-team. So here we go, his live wire.
Letting live wire out to play? Let's have some fun.
And again, so she's got her own special moves. We can obviously polish off these goons in a number of different ways. And that's one of the exciting things about this game is as you unlock a villain, finding what that villain does. Let's get through here to the next area. So, ahead of time, like I said, this story concentrates on effectively the Legion of Doom with your character. and then we're going to effectively add to that with a whole roster of amazing villains, leading to a showdown. It doesn't spoil anything. Effectively, Darkseid is behind all of this, so he's not a nice guy, as you all know. I'm just going to go through here as Livewire. And this would take us through to the next section. So you can see there's so much visually in each of these areas. There's an awful lot of gameplay, there's an awful lot of puzzles. There's a lot that we can do. And again, it comes down to that classic Lego two-player cooperative gameplay. Doing something as Joker, doing something as Livewire, doing something as Captain Cold. I can't actually remember who comes out of here. There we go, Reverse Flash.
It was way too cramped in there. Time to stretch my legs a little.
So again, Reverse Flash, should be able to run around. He has some special abilities that involve the Speed Force, as well as some other bits and pieces. I can polish off goons as Flash. He's got a special move. Unfortunately, there we go. I'll just defeat my own villains. There we go. Let me see. So I can get behind this Sonic Lego with Flash. Perfect. Want me to take me up here? And we'll go to this section. Okay, so I'll show you this mechanic very, very quickly. One of the things that we wanted to do to really dial into villains is work with goons, because every good villain has goons. So if I just pop this this containment cell open, here's a number of Joker goons, and they're going to go about their business smashing the place up. However, whenever you see these, and there's a number of different goons, depending on which villain you are, you can actually use these goons to your advantage. So if I go round, I can basically walk up to any of them, if I can remember where they are. They're over here somewhere, over the bridge. So I can recruit these. I get those two, and this one. No, don't blow them up. And I'll get this one here. So I can go and recruit these goons, and I can get them to do my bidding. So in this instance, I'm going to get them to work together. And they will make me a little bridge over there. Now, there's probably 5 or 6 different things that they'll do, depending on where you are, what you are. They can form ladders, they can form trapezes. They can also sort of rip doors open. But it's just a really nice way of using goons that we've never tried before. Because this game is all about us doing things we've never done before in a Lego game. Conscious of time, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to go through here because there's a bit of a spoiler behind that door. So I'm just going to quickly pop in here and quick exit level. So that was just a snippet of a level. Like I said, it's about 2 hours in. It's a very, very big story in there that's got twists, turns. It's really good. We actually wrote it in tandem with DC Comics, so it's really, really authentic to a number of comic book series that kind of focus on the crime syndicate. So that's really exciting. What we're going to do here is drop into the hub, the open world. Now, Lego Batman 2 had an open world Gotham. The open world here in Lego DC Supervillains is huge. And I'll show you why. It doesn't just concentrate on Gotham. The only problem is I don't know which 2 characters I'm going to start as, because I've actually unlocked everything in the game. So let's have a look. There we go. So I'm Granny Goodness. I'm Red Hood, I think it is. Very quickly, one of the cool things we've added. So if you don't know who a character is, actually, let's go to Granny Goodness. If you didn't know who Granny Goodness was, you can pause the game and you can look at her crime file. And in a crime file, it will give you a little bit of information about who she is, what she does, the powers that she has. You can see here she's the leader of the highly trained fighters, the female Furies from Apocalypse. and some other information. Tells you her first appearance in a comic, and it's just a great way of learning about comics and characters. Anyway, Granny Goodness is a very cool character. She can do things like throw sweets at people from a handbag. They're not Werther's originals, and other sweets are available. She has a rocket-powered Zimmer frame, as every grandma obviously has. And she's generally pretty tough. But the reason I'm here is actually just to obviously show you the hub. So I'm going to run down here. I can actually use her and her rocket-powered Zimmer frame. So we've started here in Gotham, and it's all a little bit murky and rainy, and it's kind of like Manchester. If you've ever been to Manchester, I live up there, it's fine, it does always rain. So there's a load of places here. There's Gotham PD, there's Wayne Enterprises. Every kind of location you'd expect in Gotham is here. However, as well as that, over in the sort of this area of the open world, we've got Amusement Mile with a giant Joker, a giant Harley. There's an absolute ton of gameplay down at the bottom here that you can have some fun with. Big roller coaster there, that's always great. But, as we all know, Gotham lives effectively in the shadow of Metropolis. So, we've actually got Gotham and Metropolis together. So, it's always sunny up here in Metropolis. It's a bit like Southport. Southport's always sunny. And as you can see up here, up in Metropolis, we should have LexCorp here. So, there's a little beacon on the top. That's partway through the story. I can't really say. A really cool thing happens, and then that takes you to a really cool place. So anyway, that's super exciting. There's loads of stuff down here to explore. Obviously, it wouldn't be Metropolis without the Daily Planet. Granny's just going to drop down. Oh, too far. Come back up here. There we go. As with all the previous LEGO games with an open world, we've absolutely crammed gameplay into every nook and cranny and alcove. There's a little husky dog there. I don't know what that's doing. I'm sure it's very, very important to a quest. But you'll see there's just so much depth to the open world hub here in LEGO DC Supervillains. And there's loads of hidden bits and pieces. It came from Krypton. You could go in there and watch a movie. But if I can find, here we go, is this? Right, I'm going to just steal this police car. Because that's what villains do. So if you're villainous in the game, you will actually get the police coming after you. And the more villainous you are, the more the police will come after you. And it's more a little bit of fun. It's just a way of increasing the tension. So if you go around doing bad things, the police are going to come after you. There's a load of random crimes to interact with. Oh, here we go. Sorry, officer. He's only a minifigure, so it's fine. He's just made out of plastic. There's no real harm done to anyone. Anyway, this is Metropolis. Let's go up here, see what else we can find. In fact, what I'm going to do, it'll be quicker if I... right, just before no one should see this grid. So obviously I know it's been live streamed, so I'm sure people are going to screen capture it and try and find out who's who. But it's for me to make sure I get off here really quickly. There we go. I went a little bit slower there so people can actually have a good explore. So I'm just going to go through here as reverse flash. Round the corner, back here, we have a cool area of the hub, which is one of my favorite sections because it's Smallville. And I used to love the TV show. So we've got this area of Smallville, and we've got the Kemp family farms down here. There's a load of shops down here. There's somewhere in the back there should be Smallville airfield. There's a load of hidden gameplay, hidden quests, and this is a great area to explore. Oh, there's a really cool quest up here actually. I'm not going to do it now because it'll probably take about 7 or 8 minutes. It's really good. But the idea is that we're going to reward people for exploring. The hub here is kind of everything that's great about DC. So I'm going to pop into the map, and then I'll show you some other areas. So here's my little area of Smallville. There's the airfield. You can see there's a load of stuff. I kind of cheated last night, and I kind of unlocked loads of stuff. So you'll see all these ticks is where I've completed it. I didn't really, I cheated. So there's a load of stuff in here. If I follow this road back where I went before, this is my area of Metropolis. There's loads of gameplay in here. This is obviously Gotham and the Amusement Mile. Over here, just trying to remember, I'll come back to that in a minute. Down here, we've got the Hall of Doom and the Strikers. That's Strikers Island, actually. There's loads of cool stuff. Over here, this is, Wayne Manor and the Batcave. I'll go through there in a minute. So it gives you an idea of just how big this open world is. If I lift up again, you'll see there's loads of cool stuff. And we're going to go out there in a minute. Oh, there's the Watchtower as well. So if anyone wants to go to the Watchtower, they can. But this is pretty much everywhere you can think of in DC is kind of covered in this game, because we wanted it to be the richest experience possible from a DC Comics perspective. Oh, sorry, guys. But with a real strong focus on villains. So I'm going to run through here. There's a monorail in the background. Somewhere there's a cable car, which is brilliant. One of the quests actually gets you to go and use the cable car. Right, okay, I'll tell you what. Again, so if anyone at home who was looking at the grid didn't get a good look before, we'll go in here. At the bottom, there's an ability filter. So it actually shows you which characters can do which mechanics, which is really helpful when you're actually trying to find someone. So if I want someone that can fly, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to pick Mr. Mixia's Pitlick, because I can say that. Here we go. Here he is. He's such a cool character, really is. Right, we're going to go down here. Because I love down here. It's one of those areas that for a Lego game is super spooky and super creepy. Oh, come on. Here we go. Along the way, there's actually a couple of quests that I didn't sort of unlock and cheat through, so I'll go and talk to you another time, but thank you. There's Bizarros around here, actually.
Always showing off in the sun. Who he think he is?
Let's see what he's got to say.
Hey, me and Bizarro, the opposite of Superman. It's not easy being hero on this planet. Sun power Superman, but hurt Bizarro. Bizarro wants to go in sun.
Okay, so Bizarro's saying that he wants to be like Superman. What a surprise. You help Bizarro? No, I'm not. I can't, sorry. I've got other things to do and probably not very much time to do them. So anyway, this, like I was saying before, this is a super spooky area. I love it. There's some really, really nice areas that the art team kind of built into the hub. Love that windmill over there. And all of these areas are explorable. There's gameplay in all of these sections. Up here, we've got Arkham. And again, you can go inside. There's a load of gameplay inside. There really is sort of stuff to do everywhere in LEGO DC Supervillains. And it's all kind of villain orientated. So all of the quests, all of the puzzles, all of the gameplay you do are done with an eye to humor and an eye to being mischievous. It's good to be bad. It's good to be sort of working for the villains. What I'm going to do, though, before I run out of time, is just show you the depth of the character creation. So if I switch to, and again, people are going to get to see the grid. Actually, no, before I do, I want to show you this guy, right? Some of the characters are really, really cool. I said before, they're all unique. They've all got unique animations. They've all got unique abilities. So Toyman's a really, really cool character. He's actually really nasty in the comics. But he's got some great powers and abilities. One of them, I love this. He pulls out this kind of clockwork, wind-up monkey drone. Anyway, you can run it into areas, and it's useful because it blows up Silver Lego and bad guys. I'll show you another one really quickly, because, again, if you haven't seen Ventriloquist, He is so funny. He's so cool. Again, really, really nasty character. But in Lego, you can have good fun with him. So he's got his dummy with him. If you sneak around, he'll jump on the dummy's back. He can use the dummy. Here we go. If I press the correct button. He's just a really funny guy. And obviously uses him to shoot and hide behind. So many great characters. If anyone loves Calendar Man, who again is an incredibly quirky character. Where is he? He's up here somewhere. Oh, focus on the screen, Parsons. There we go. There you go. I've just revealed a load of characters. I hope the people watching at home appreciate that. So Calendar Man's super cool. He's got a special ability. He just wish everyone a happy birthday. And does loads of other, obviously, calendar-themed gags, and it's just good fun. Anyway, what I actually wanted to do, I got sidetracked. So up here is my character that I created, who, as you can see, dresses just like I do on a Saturday night. So this is the character I created in our character creator. What I'm going to do, because there's a shortcut here, I'm going to go to the, yes, that's fine. I'll go to the customizer, and I'll show you. When you start the game, there's two modes. There's a rookie mode and a master mode, and we sort of engineer the gameplay around that. But as you progress, you can upgrade your character. As you unlock other characters, you can actually upgrade and unlock more pieces and make a stronger, better, harder, faster. It sounds a bit like Daft Punk character. So here's a couple I made earlier. Here's a really cool one. I'm going to just pick this one. And as you can see, in fact, I'm just going to play this character, and you'll be able to see. I've got a character here with tennis racket weapons and a car body, because why not? I think I had laser eyes on this one. I can't remember. No, maybe it wasn't that one. But I'll show you how cool and how easy it is to change a character. So if I go in here, this is my character. If I don't like this character, and you know what, if I don't want to do this, you've all played Rocket League at home. Usually, if you play it with someone else, you spend 10 minutes waiting for them to customize their car. It's the same with this when we did focus testing. So for anyone like me that's a bit less patient, you can just click a button, and it'll randomize your character, your powers, your abilities, and pretty much give you an unlimited number of results. We tried to work out the number of possible combinations. We couldn't. There was just lots of numbers. It's a very big number that we couldn't quite work out how many billions or trillions of combinations. But you get the idea here, just how cool and exciting it can be. So if I'll pick that one for now as a base. I can go in and I can change anything. So I can change the head, and there's an abundance of head pieces. So I could pick this skeleton head. It's fine, yeah, we'll put that on. And if I wanted, I could have a pink skeleton face. That's fine. What's this? Oh, they're presets for characters that you've already unlocked. If I would like to have, let's say, a ruffle around my neck, this would take my wings off, but that's fine. We're good with that. I can have a ruffle, and I could make that blue. I could go down. Actually, I don't like the ruffle, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some wing. No. You know what? No, I'm going to sack all of that off. I'm going to be a hot dog man. So I'm going to put a hot dog on. So I can be a hot dog skeleton. I'll keep that actually for now. But not only that, you can then customize your abilities. So I could customize what color my hearts are on screen. So I want blue hearts. I could also customize the voice. So I can have that. I just about hear that. I like that one. Yeah, we'll go with that one. I could customize my voice. I could customize my target reticule. Do I want to be a speedster? Let's have a super fast speedster. There we go. So he's going to be really fast. What should we do now? Let's customize our abilities. So on square, for example, I want to have, no, I don't want, where's bolts? Let's have, where's beams? I want to have a beam. There we go. So I can have a beam, and I'm going to have, I don't know. Let's have that style of beam. However, because I'm a hot dog skeleton for some reason, I'd like to have an electric beam that is, let's have a think. I've got a pink face, so I should have a pink beam, I guess. There we go. And then if I want, I could make that come from my carrot turnip weapon, is that? There we go. Or I could have it come from my eyes. You get the idea. The options here are absolutely endless. And at any point, I could go, brilliant, that's my villain, who is now actually part of the Legion of Doom, and he's going to appear in the story, the cutscenes. He's going to be talked to by all the different villains. Hold on, pay attention, run up there. It's quite hard to run as a super fast hot dog. And then you can just come straight out into the open world. So anyway, this is I'm going to probably wrap up now, because what I want to do, I want to give people the opportunity to ask some questions. If you've got questions about what's in the game, if you've got questions about TT Games even, because you know we've been around a long time, we love doing what we do, we love making the games that we do. We're going to ask a few questions. If you want to ask a question, I think you've got to come down to the middle area. There should be a white square on the cross on the floor. Don't worry, nothing will land on your head. It's just purely so you can ask questions. And in the meantime, I'll go and find somewhere for the game to cycle on. As well, I think anyone that does ask a question, the first couple of people might get one of these awesome T-shirts. They might not be. It might be the Joker one actually. But yeah. Hi, I'll take a question.
Right. So all the villains in the DC universe have been fairly horrific. So how do you go about not so much toning them down, but making them quirky and fun rather than just evil?
The best characters to work with are the ones that are actually the most extreme. Because what we love to do at TT is actually just rein in, sort of, we'll take a character and then we'll kind of caricature it, distill all the real sort of extremes of that character's personality, and then play up on it. So even if it is a character that is, you know, the Joker can be pretty evil, but there's lots of characters like that. It just gives us more to play off. And then when we do our writing and kind of write our jokes, it's actually the best jokes with characters that are the most extreme. And it just gives us, yeah, we always play to make sure it's family friendly and effectively, you know, E10 plus or Peggy 7, you know, depending on which rating system it is. But those characters are the best to play with, because when you try and inject humor to them, it's the funniest, because it's like almost telling like a completely different style or tale on that character. So that's we enjoy doing that.
Okay then, thank you very much.
Hi.
Have you seen the Lego Batman movie?
Which movie, sorry?
You know, the Lego Batman movie.
I have, yes.
Are you just gonna throw in like a load of random villains from that movie? Because I saw the card guy from the calendar guy.
Yeah, there are.
And another one is the Condiment King in it?
Funny you should ask. If I do, where are we? I need to see. You see, we're going to give away so many characters to people now. We've got the Condiment King. Here we go. So, for anyone that doesn't know who the Condiment King is, hold on a minute. View character profile. There we go. So this is Condiment King. And for anyone that doesn't know, we'll show. One of Batgirl's earliest foes. He's a small-time criminal. Is out to prove he's no flavour of the month bad guy. Using his special condiment guns, this sauce-obsessed swindler is ready to rob banks and ruin dinner jackets. Is there no reason, no one who can put, I can't read, put a stop to his seasoning-centric schemes? And there you go, he first appeared in Birds of Prey.
What's your favourite one that you've put into the game?
Oh,
If you had to pick one.
I have loved Condiment King, because anyone that runs around with a mustard and ketchup cannon is just too funny. I loved Ventriloquist because of his animations. However, I'll show you again one of my favourites. If I go down here, everyone on the live stream will be having a field day seeing all these characters. I love Polka Dot Man. Now this guy, historically, is really, really not a nice guy. So obviously we've done a really cool take on him. But anyone that can fly around on a polka dot is really cool in my mind. He can fire polka dots somewhere in here. There we go. He can just blow stuff up. I've probably got the police on my tail now. But yeah, I love Polka Dot Man. I just love all of the villains. They're all great in their own unique way. But even the classic villains like Catwoman and Penguin, Joker, Riddler, everyone loves Clayface. Let me just show you Clayface. Here we go. I'm going down here. So Clayface is great, but we've done a different version of Clayface this time around. So obviously he's all stretchy. He's got this cool sort of explosion move. He's got a sprint where he sort of turns into a ball. As you'd expect, he can kind of grow into a really cool big character, and again, splats around. He's just a really great character, but I love all of them. I just love having fun. Who's your favourite character?
I'd have to say either Bane, Two-Face, or Mr. Freeze, whichever one you...
Good choices. Good choices.
Thanks.
All right, thank you for your question. Hi.
Hi, what is your favourite villain?
My favourite villain other than those ones, let me just have a quick look. I'm going to drop in here, okay, and I'm going to show you down here, okay? Do you watch the Flash TV show? Maybe?
Well, no.
Okay. You should do. It's really good, and your mum and dad will probably let you, because it's age appropriate. I love Flash because he's super fast, and he can run on water, and he can do loads of really, really cool stuff. And he's got a mechanic in the game where he can enter the Speed Force, which doesn't mean much to you. I can see the look on your face. The Speed Force is this cool thing. Oh, yeah, he can take selfies as well. So, because Flash is really well known for taking selfies, as we know. Here we go, let's have a look. So this is like Instagram. Let's put a filter on it. Let's put that, the warm filter, because it's a nice day in Metropolis, and we'll take a picture. There we go. And that'll save somewhere on our hard drive. Yeah, I like all of them. Do you like all superheroes and supervillains?
Well, yeah.
Cool. Excellent. And actually, an interesting note for everyone out there. Something I didn't mention, and I'll go over it quickly now. The game comes out on October the 16th, 19th in the UK, on the Friday, because games release on a Friday. An awesome thing is, we've got a season pass that comes with the game that comes with 10 different packs, which include some really, really good villain packs, and also packs that are for the Aquaman movie coming up and the Shazam movie. So it's really, really exciting and cool. Anyway, we're running out of time, so we're going to take another question.
How did you decide the unique abilities, animations, and designs for each character?
That all comes from the team. So there's about 150 people that work on the game, and we'll come up and we'll design, as a group of designers, we'll design what we want Reverse Flash to do, but then every department adds something to it. So the character artists, they'll have some suggestions. The animators, they'll always add some super cool stuff. So it's kind of a team effort, and we'll just do basically the best we can with every single character, including people like Frankenstein. So yeah, it's just a team effort more than anything else. I think, have we got time for one more question?
Hiya.
Okay.
Who is your favourite obscure character that you've learned through making the DC games?
My favourite obscure character? Oh, that's such a hard one. It does all come down to things, actually, here's, and I'll show you this one really cool. Where are we? I've lost him, there he is. This guy, Clock King, because it's all about time. And he's got a great accent, and he's also got a really cool exploding little clock, which is cool. Anyway, next question.
What's next on the bucket list for all the franchises that you've worked on before, and then what you'd like to work on next?
I wish I could tell you, but if I did, I probably wouldn't have a job to go back to. At the minute, we're all focused on this. Obviously, we released Lego Incredibles earlier this year, which is brilliant, which is already out. Like I say, this game's out in October. We're still busy working on the Season Pass content, which has some really, really amazing stuff. And then we'll worry about what's next then. So thank you for your question. Hi.
How many quests is there?
How many quests?
Yeah.
Well, that is a brilliant question. I'm going to have to very quickly look at my map for that, because I don't think we know. So there's a load of levels, some of which, Oh No, it's a great level name. I can barely believe it. Anyway, so this is us late at night coming up with silly names. There's a load of challenges. They're really, really good. I think there's something like 100 and something. There's lots. It'll keep you busy for a long time. Anyway, thank you for your question. Hi.
How long did it take you to make the entire game?
It was, let's have a think. I'd like to say about 18 months. We had a long time on this game. We had like a big design pre-production phase, and then like where we just kind of plan everything, and then a team pre-development phase where we go through sorting out mechanics, the main development phase with everyone. About 18 months, I'd say. But this game's been kind of in the offing since 2008 when we did Lego Batman 1. So a long time. We like to work on our DC games. So yeah, thank you for your question. Hi.
Hi. Ideal world, if there's any property that you could use that you've not already used, what would you like to do a game about?
That question is one that is genuinely impossible to answer, because if you dial back to when we did Star Wars, it's like, what game would you want to make? At the time, because I'm a Harry Potter nerd, I was like, I'd love to make Lego Harry Potter. So we did Lego Batman, Indiana Jones, Pirates of the Caribbean, Harry Potter. And then it's like, oh, I'd love to make a Marvel game. We did Lego Marvel Superheroes. I'd love to go and do another game based in DC lore. That we did that. You know, when we did Dimensions, it's like, I'd love to do something with Goonies, and we did a Goonies. I'm struggling now. It's like, I really don't know. It's one of that. Well, I think we're just lucky to work on everything. You know, it's never going to happen because no one really loves it as much as I do. But Fraggle Rock would be amazing. Yeah. But no one would buy it except for me, so it's never going to happen. So, but yeah, we're just really lucky to you know, make the games we do. Thank you. Last question, I think. Hi.
Yeah. Hiya. Massive fan of the Lego games. Great to see this one as well. A bit of a Lego question in general. Interestingly, it's kind of like the last 3-4 years I've had to bring my sister to all of these events because nobody else will come with me to watch this out of my family, even though they all play the games with me. However, I've not yet got her to play a game with me. Which one would you recommend for her to play with me?
If she's never played one?
Yep, she's here.
I would say, I would obviously say Lego DC Supervillains, which is out on October the 19th. But if it was one that was already out there that you wanted to go and have a great two-player co-op experience with, I would go and I'd pick any of them, really. It depends what's your sister into. Is she a fan of anything particular, like Harry Potter maybe, or Lord of the Rings, or anything like that?
Yeah, this is a problem. She's a bit random.
Okay. I would say walk into or go online and just go and look at the Lego games that are out there and just pick one that is something that you're a fan of, because we pride ourselves in making sure that whatever game we make, we completely and utterly make it faithful to the IP. So even though it's a fun, quirky, humorous, irreverent Lego game, it's actually the most faithful game to the IP you can get. So if you're a fan of Harry Potter, the Lego Harry Potter remaster that's out on PS4, it's out actually next month on Xbox One and Switch. That's a great game if you're a Harry Potter fan. Lord of the Rings is great if you're into that. Incredibles, if you love the movie, either of them, that's great. Any of them. If you buy all of them, it keeps me in a job. So, you know, the best thing is just enjoy them, because it's a light-hearted way to enjoy games. Games should be entertaining, and you can just kick back and just relax and have fun. So, thank you.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Thanks for your questions.
That's all we've got time for, so thank you very much for coming. Thanks everybody for watching the stream, and thank you, Arthur Parsons from TT Games.
Thank you.